Hello everybody, it is Reed Mahelko from readaboutsex.com, broadcasting to you from relationship10x.com, where we're basically going to teach you how to improve your relationships tenfold in just 10 minutes a day. If you're like me, you grew up in a family maybe where communication skills and emotional savvy was a little in desperate need, and things got weird from time to time, and nothing says that better than going home for the holidays. Because holidays mean family. And family means you're going to be driven crazy. So what I would like to do here is give you 3 of my biggest, most powerful communication relationship tools for the holidays so that you can bring them home or to wherever you're going to be heading and hopefully have more fun, more ease, more connectedness this holiday season than ever before. And also position yourself to make 2013 the year that you transform your relationships tenfold. Now, one of the big challenges, if you're a relationship geek like me, is you start to look for these really huge, tools out there, and they're awesome. You're out there, you're scouring the internet and the workshop world, the seminar world, and you find these big relationship tools and philosophies. And they're so awesome and they're so powerful, but they're near to impossible for you to implement because we lead busy lives. Some of you have kids and spouses or relationships, girlfriends, boyfriends, like whatever you're doing. Maybe you're just dating and you're out there, trying to make your relationship world bigger and more powerful, but you get these really big tools and philosophies and they're really hard to implement. Or maybe people don't give you any way to implement them. So what if you could transform your relationships in just 10 minutes a day? What if I could give you a little bite-sized nugget, a powerful tool, and give you a framework to implement that? And you could do that, little baby steps every day. What would that do for your life? So what I want to do is I want to give you 3 of those tools for you to take home with you for the holidays, for you to start implementing in these 3 free videos. This is the first one. So basically, what if you could be in your relationships more self-expressed for the holidays? And you could feel less worrisome around your relationships. What would that be like for you? Going home for the holidays. If you were like me, I grew up in a family where my mom and dad loved each other a lot, and my brothers, or three of them and me, so the 4 of us grew up watching my mom and dad not be able to communicate, not be able to work through their upsets, not being able to align themselves on what their objectives were and what they were trying to accomplish for the holidays, not just their marriage, but just for the holidays. And that created a lot of angst and a lot of just that feeling of impending doom. Maybe you felt that in your relationships or at the holiday season. So what if you could create more romance? More romance and connection for your loved ones. What would that be like for the holiday season going into it? If my mom and dad were able to make each other feel more loved and more seen, as a relationship geek, I think that would have improved our holidays tremendously. What if you could get to be a better communicator? Something that I wish my mom and dad could do. Of course, for me, the upside of it was it sent me on a journey to try to figure out how to be a better communicator. And now this is what I teach for a living. I've taught thousands of people how to be better at communicating and working through their upsets. And then last but not least, this is just like the bonus. What if you could be better, take all this relationship know-how, and just be better in bed? What would that be like? So this is what I'm going to do. My goal is to teach you how to do these things in 4 videos. Now there's a lot of other things that I could teach you, a lot of other ways and tools and nuggets, but I asked myself, what would be the 3 or 4 things that I could teach somebody that would possibly transform their holiday experience? Because we're going deep into the holiday season right now. I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving, and now we're going into the rest of it. So what are those things that I could teach you? And for me, can I teach it to you in 10 minutes? So I've got, for this first video, I've got my timer set on my phone, and I'm going to give myself 10 minutes to teach you the first tool, which is how to make your partner feel more romanced. So are you ready? 10 minutes? Let's go. All right, romance. What we're going to do is we're going to set this up in this way. I want to put this over here. Think about romance not like a guy and a girl thing, not like a gendered thing. All right? I want you to think of romance as an orientation. And rather than orient around it like guys and girls, because the problem there, if you gender romance, is that you bring in all the cultural baggage along with it. So if you make romance about being a guy or a girl, you're like, just kind of bringing along all the cultural BS that goes along with it, and whatever hurt and upset that you have from other relationships, you're bringing that in as well. So what I want to do is think about romance, not from a guy-girl perspective, but from this perspective of you orient to romance in a way that the cat does or as a dog does. Now, I know for some of my relationship geeks out there, you're going to be like, dude, you're already going back into this, dualism. What's the difference between male, female if you're just doing cats and dogs? Bear with me for a moment. If you are oriented to romance like a cat, what that basically means is what you find romantic is anything that proves that the person was thinking about you before you walked into the room. What I'm going to call forethought. Anything that proves that they were thinking about you before you walked into the room is thoughtful, is sweet, is, oh my God, you bought me flowers? You were thinking about me before you came home to me? How romantic. For people oriented around romance like dogs, and I'm a dog, by the way, yeah, my friends who know me know this, anything that occurs to us as romantic is basically anything that tells us that we're a good dog. So anything around affirmation. Oh my goodness, like you're acknowledging me for doing a really good job in our relationship. How that makes me feel warm and fuzzy, like how romantic that is. Now, of course, the big joke here is that for dogs, they're not usually thinking about things in advance. We're very in the moment. We're very now oriented. So we don't think about the cats in our lives, until we hear the keys in the door. Once we hear that key and that doorknob turning, it's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. We're so excited. We're so happy because you're home. All we want to do is for you to tell us that we're a good dog and play with us and feed us. That's all. We're very simple. But of course for cats, that's not very thoughtful. They're like, well, how come you weren't thinking about me before I came home? So the way that you use this breakthrough is, and there will be people out there who are a little bit of both, and think of cats and dogs more of kind of a continuum. And I'm sure out there somewhere there's a penguin or a rhino or maybe a gorilla or orangutan. But for right now, let's keep it simple, cats and dogs. How you can leverage this in your relationships to make your partners feel more romantic is if you're living with a cat, whether you're a dog or a cat, just do some things for them that prove that you were thinking of them before you saw them. And if you're living with dogs in your life, whether you're a dog or a cat in your orientation to romance, just acknowledge them and affirm them and tell them that they're a good dog every once in a while. So how this works out in dating or in just relationships in general, we've got date night, my partner's a cat, and I didn't make reservations. Not because I wasn't being thoughtful, but because in dog terms, what's going to make me be a good dog is if I get you the food you want in that moment. I'm not thinking in advance of making a reservation because to me, I don't know what you're going to be in the mood for. So I want to make sure that you get the food that you're in the mood for that moment. That's a good dog. But for the cat, we're sitting there going why? You couldn't pick up the phone and make a reservation? What's up with that? You careless, ungrateful son of a bee. For the dogs, a good example here is, middle of your workday, your cat calls. hi, just thinking about you. How's your day going? And you're like, my day's going. I'm in the middle of my work day. What's up? Everything okay? Everything's fine. I was just calling to tell you that I'm thinking about you, which is a cat's way of saying that they care. So for the dog people, cats, if you want to affirm them, if you want to call them in the middle of the day, you can say, hey, I was thinking about you, and I was thinking about how awesome you are in our relationship, and what a good dog you are. I've actually trained my friends to tell me, Reed, good dog. And that changes everything for me. So the way to take this into your relationship lives for the holidays and augment this is I want you to go to a website. It's not my website. I'm not affiliated with this website at all. But Gary Chapman has a website based on the 5 love languages. What I want you to do is go to his website and take the 5 love languages test. And the way this test works out is that people basically show they care and feel cared for in 5 basic ways or categories. There's gifts, acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time, and touch. What you want to do is find out what are the top 2 or 3 love languages for your partner or for somebody special in your life. Pick one. What are the 2 or 3 main ways that they feel cared for? Figure out if they're a cat or a dog, and then figure out how you could drop those 2 or 3 different ways that make them feel cared for into either a forethought or into an affirmation. And to make this juicy, this is basically your homework. Okay? What I want you to do is I want you to figure out what you can do to create this romance home run. And once you have it figured out, you can then start implementing how you're going to do that for the holidays. So when things get stressful, or even before things get stressful, you can sit there with your partner and basically land that home run of romance for them to make them feel cared for and seen. That's going to go a long way to lowering some of that angst and anxiety and disconnectedness that might happen for you in the holidays when things get busy and people get stressed. Some of you are going to have to work right up until the very edge of the holidays, and your partner, if you have one, might be running around trying to take care of all the rest of the holiday stuff. This is a way when you have them feeling loved and connected, when you have them feeling seen and cherished and honored, that's going to lower some of the stress, or at least help you guys to work through the stressful parts together. Once you do this homework, I would like you to leave it in the comments section below. And what I'm going to do is, towards the end of this video series, because we've got 2 more videos and actually a 3rd bonus video that's going to happen. At the end of this video series, I'm going to pick a winner, whoever came up with the best romance home run for their partner or for their loved one, and you are going to win this Sex Geek t-shirt. So I'm going to narrow it down to the top 5 comments that people leave. If you want to shoot a video, go right ahead, shoot a video. You can post it and just add the link to the comment section. And then I'm going to get those top 5, and I'm going to send them to 3 of my best Sex Geek friends and peers, and I'm going to have them choose the top 1. So your homework, your challenge that I want you to take on for the holidays and for this video series is I want you to figure out if your loved one is a cat or a dog, what their top 2 or 3 love languages are for receiving. And then I want you to leave it in the comment sections below so that I can pick a winner with the help of my friends and send you a Sex Geek t-shirt in the size that you need. Might be for you, it might be for a loved one. They make great stocking stuffers. And then what I'm going to do is in a couple of days, I'm going to send you the next video in this series. But to do that, you need to put your name and your email in on the sidebar and click submit. And then basically it's going to load you into receiving these videos for the, I guess about every 2-3 days I'm going to send you the next one. And I'm going to ask you to share this video, if you found it interesting and useful, with as many people as you want. Hit like, share it on Facebook, tell everybody about Relationship 10X. This is my new project helping people figure out how to improve their relationships by a factor of 10. All right? Happy holidays. Thanks for watching this video. Leave comments below. Get on your homework. And I'll see you on the other side.